When Daniel Bamidele joined the Nigerian military in 1968, he was so sure that one day he would make a difference. Little did he know that this dream would be cut short, simply because he decided to mind his business and stay away from trouble. This is a story of regret, torture, and blood, and how Daniel Bamidele was sent to prison because he revealed some secrets to Buhari and was killed because he decided not to tell secrets anymore. This is the life of a trained soldier. At the age of 19, Daniel Bamidele joined the Nigerian military at a time when young men were encouraged to join the military and fight for the Nigerian army in the Biafra War. Despite his age and lack of experience, he excelled as a soldier in the 12th Commando Brigade, 3rd Division. After the war, Bamidele underwent formal military training at the Nigerian Defense Academy and was commissioned as a full soldier on July 29, 1970. In August 1983, 13 years after Bamidele joined the military, Nigeria had a general election and Shehu Shagari was re-elected. In October of that same year, Shehu Shagari was sworn in as president. Few days later, Bamidele left Jos, where he was posted as a soldier, and went to Kaduna for a military conference, the Chief of Army Staff Conference. There in Kaduna, he heard a rumor about a planned military coup that would remove the newly elected democratic government. He took note of the details, and as soon as he returned to Jos, he reported the rumor to his general officer commanding the then Brigadier Muhammadu Buhari. Unknown to Bamidele, Buhari was somehow involved in the plot to overthrow the government. Bamidele had just made the worst mistake of his life, saying what should not be mentioned, a top secret kept away from those in his level. To him, he was just giving an intelligent report to the authority. He barely knew that he just signed away his freedom. Few days later, Bamidele was arrested and accused of planning a coup against the government, a crime punishable by death. He tried to explain and prove his innocence, but all fell on deaf ears. In the early hours of one October morning, he was put on a plane and flown to Lagos, where he was detained at Tego Barracks. Following the arrest of Bamidele, news agencies and the presidency was informed that a coup planner going around the country to meet with other military officers had been arrested. Bamidele's name and image was carefully stained that even his friends denied ever knowing him. Nobody wants to identify as friend to a traitor. Bamidele was interrogated by military police, and those who accused him of plotting a coup provided some fake witnesses who laid more accusations against him. He continued to deny plotting a coup or being involved in any plan to remove the new government. After a month in detention, he was finally released on November 25, 1983, when no evidence was found to connect the accusations. Just 36 days after he was released, on December 31, 1983, there was a coup in Nigeria and the government was removed. The following day, those who carried out the coup made Buhari the head of state. Whether Buhari actively participated in planning the coup or not, the outcome was that he became the head of state, the major beneficiary of the coup, while Daniel Bamidele, a passionate soldier who had reported the rumored coup to Buhari, became a victim. A few weeks after Buhari became the head of state, Bamidele's name was among those listed for forced retirement. These names were sent to Buhari for approval. Maybe Buhari remembered Bamidele's ordeal, for which he was innocent. He crossed out his name at the last minute, and instead of retiring him, he deployed him as a directing staff to another division. Buhari's government lasted for just 20 months before he was overthrown in August 1985. Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, who was one of those that made Buhari the head of state, overthrew Buhari and installed himself as the new head of state. In order to secure his government and prevent any counter-attack, Babangida then arrested Buhari and placed him under house arrest. 4 months later, in the early morning of December 17, 1985, a group of military officers were arrested on the suspicion of plotting to overthrow Babangida. Some investigations went on for 2 weeks, as hundreds of uniformed men were said to be involved in the planned coup. Among those arrested was Major Daniel Bamidele. Following a special investigation panel, the names of the main planners were shortlisted to 17, including Major General Maman Vatsa, a childhood friend and close ally of Babangida. He was said to be the chief planner and sponsor of the planned coup. On Monday, 27th January 1986, the trial began and the 17 officers were tried at the Brigade of Guards headquarters located in Victoria Island, Lagos. On February 25th, 1986, just 1 month after the trials began, some of the officers were sentenced to death while others were handed life imprisonment. Bamidele was one of those condemned to die. In his speech to the tribunal, he admitted knowing about the planned coup, but denied being actively involved in the plan. He explained that the reason he failed to notify the military leadership of the coup was that less than 3 years earlier, he was arrested and detained for reporting a coup and did not want a repeat of such a situation. In his words, "I heard of the 1983 coup planning, told my GOC, General Buhari, who detained me for 2 weeks in Lagos. Instead of a pat on the back, I received a stab. How then do you expect me to report this one?" This trial marks the eclipse of my brilliant and unblemished career of 90 years. I fought in the Civil War with the ability it pleased God to give me. It is unfortunate that I am being convicted for something which I have had to stop on 2 occasions. This is not self-adulation, but a sincere summary of the qualities inherent in me. Many appeals were made to Babangida to exchange the death sentence to life imprisonment, but he refused. Out of the accused 17 officers, 7 received life imprisonment, and on March 5, 1986, the remaining 10 were found guilty of conspiracy to commit treason and executed by firing squad. Bamidele was part of the 10.
Major D.I. Bamidele, Wing Commander Ben Ekele, Wing Commander A.C. Sakaba, Lieutenant Colonel M.F. Young, Commander A.A. Ogweji, Squadron Leader A. Ahura, Major D.E. West, and Major T.J. Akwachiki are guilty and are hereby convicted of the offense of conspiracy to commit treason.
Bamidele's execution came as a shock to his family, who thought that the whole trial would come and go, and just like the first one, he would be found innocent and released. Bamidele himself at first felt confident that he would be cleared. In a letter he wrote to his friend and confidant while in detention at Ikoyi prison, he revealed to his friend that although he was certain that a trial would take place, he was sure of being cleared and even promised to voluntarily resign from the army after his release due to his soiled reputation. Little did he know that he would not see his wife and 3 children again. Till today, the whereabouts of the bodies of these 10 slain soldiers is unknown, including the body of Daniel Bamidele. Nobody knew where they were buried. Some accounts suggest that they were dissolved in acid. It is just an unfortunate world that people die for minding their business. Don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, and follow for more. Thank you.